Hi, Matt Casey here with Clevermove, and today we're going to talk about one of the ways that the internet ruins board games. Now, before we get too deep into this, we're going to acknowledge that this isn't the only impact that the internet has on board games, whether good or bad. Now, the story. I want to contrast two games, Hot Tin Roof and Machikoro. I first encountered Hot Tin Roof, look at the kitties, at Tabletop Day at my local game store last year. I went in, Mayfair had a demo team in there, and they said, hey, would you like to try this game, Hot Tin Roof, which we haven't released yet? And Hot Tin Roof was pretty cool. There was more thought to it than I expected. It wasn't super thinky, it was quick, it was elegant, is what it was. It was elegant. So then Machikoro has a similar elegance going on, but Machikoro was built up for me for months on the internet. The game was being promoted by different sites, by its publisher. It was on the Board Game Geek hot list. It was way, way up there. And then I finally got my hands on it, and meh. It's not bad. It's not a bad game by any means. Machikoro is probably a great game to have around for new gamers, but for experienced gamers, it was one and done. And the contrast here is Hot Tin Roof had no build-up. I walked in having no expectations, and having no expectations, they were greatly exceeded. For Machikoro, I walked in and I had a lot of expectations. My expectations were up here, and the game experience was, here. And that wasn't a huge gap, but it was a gap. It was a letdown. It was disappointment. So this is one thing that happens with the internet. And some companies, they really pump up their games, and by the time you get them, they almost have to be a disappointment. So what do we do with this? We can't get rid of the internet. That's not an option, and we wouldn't want to. But as a side effect, we can't get rid of the internet hype. That's going to happen. Publishers are always going to build up their games, and they're going to want you to be excited so that you buy it. And that makes perfect business sense. We can't fault them for that. What we can do is change our own behavior. So if people are getting real rah-rah excited about a game, dial down your expectations just a little bit. If you walk into the game with no expectations, you're likely to enjoy it more. That seems better than being disappointed, no? What do you think? Tell us in the comments.